Thank y'all for being early. You're great. And one thing I have to figure out from my view is where I can hit live on YouTube. It says it in the top left corner.
And I hear the audio on. Okay. Yes, and if you open YouTube, you can see that we're live.
Beautiful. Okay, I want to.
Nicole, can you mute yourself, please?
Okay.
This is an audio test. Awesome. So we're live on YouTube right now, and now we'll just be waiting for everyone to log in.
Okay, the one thing I don't see, Amy, is where I can click record. Normally, when I'm hosting, I can see the record button clearly on the bottom. So we'll just have to decide when you want to hit record. I don't have the same menu as a co-host. Oh, you know what? I see it now.
You see it now?
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to hit it until we say, but I don't think we need the 15 minutes beforehand, but maybe a couple minutes before.
All right. I think we're all good, though.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Nicole, and then do you have the chat open?
I do.
Awesome. Awesome.
I have the chat open. I am just copying the link for the end of meeting survey.
Put myself on Do Not Disturb on Teams. All hello to any viewers on YouTube right now. We're happy to have you here today.
Yay!
I'm gonna test flipping through the slide real fast.
I so appreciate all you early people.
Mm,
This is a modified schedule for many of our schools. They typically either have advisory later or earlier. So mute my phone.
awesome.
Good morning. All right, let's see. We got 10-minute countdown.
So excited.
Mhm. Now I get to try and change my background. Let's see. I'll get it. Good morning, Miss
Welcome,
Ramirez.
Amy, Miss Ramirez.
Hello.
We're on live. We are live on YouTube.
Okay. Who would ever thought that we'd be doing this a year ago, this time last year, right? In this fashion. It's awesome. Good morning, good morning. Eight minutes to go, everybody. 8 minutes. Try and manage this. I'm not having luck with changing my background picture. Miss Villasenor at 9:57, I'm going to start recording to the cloud, just so you know.
Okay. Sounds perfect.
Ms. Ramirez, you ready for March?
I am so ready. I'm excited that students are turning in their FAFSAs. If they're here and they haven't turned in their FAFSAs, would please, please, please.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's a good reminder. Aren't there a bunch of Cash for College online workshops this weekend too?
Yes, there's a lot. There's quite a lot.
Okay, wonderful. Good morning, Miss Woke.
Good morning. I'm trying to move my screen. I don't know why I have so many problems with Zoom.
You're early, you're good. And I got to change my screen so you're not talking to my ear. I'm not talking to my ear. There we go.
My mic works?
Yes.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I recognize some names from my Lakeview Charter Academy middle school name. So nice to see your names, guys. This is Ms. Ramirez from LCA Middle.
Hello, Mr. Santiago. Hello, Miss Sanchez.
Hello.
All right, it's great seeing everybody.
Good morning, class of 2021.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning. All right. Everyone's flooding in. We love to see it. Thank you so much to everyone logging in on Zoom or watching us on YouTube right now. We're so excited to have you. Just an FYI to all those joining us, we're live on YouTube right now, and we're just starting to record this session. So we're more than welcome to have you here. And yeah, just keep that in mind.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, counselors. Hello, class of 2021. Got 2 minutes, right, Ms. Villaseñor? About 2 minutes?
Yep, 2 minutes. I think we
Okay.
should give everyone maybe a buffer, 1 or 2 more bonus after 10, and then we'll dig right in.
Terrific. And it's awesome. We've got some people going on through YouTube Live and some going on through Zoom. I like that. I'm getting hungry from this chat, this breakfast chat going on. I thought I had my giraffe mug from Mr. Reynoso, but it's my lion mug today.
Lion mug.
All right. We hit our 10 o'clock mark.
All right, let's give everyone 2 more minutes and then we'll start the presentation.
Good morning, advisory teachers, senior advisory teachers too. Mr. Farr, Mr. Gregory. Puck School and College counselors, how many of you, this is not your traditional advisory time?
It's not for Triumph.
Not for Kels either.
All right, well, thank everybody for the flexible schedules.
Well, they got an extra hour to sleep. They're fine.
Ooh, Friday, that's great. Extra hour. Love it.
Hi, Mr. Farr. I see you. Hi, everyone else. But Mr. Farr and I go way back.
It's awesome to see we have 5 pages of students on just via our Zoom, not counting all of our YouTube live PUC attendees. Good morning,
Yes.
class of 2021.
Hello.
Hello. All right.
All right, I think we'll do one more minute and then jump right in.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for your patience, for being on time.
Okay, I'm gonna call it. Let's get started. So if you're not muted, if you could go ahead and mute yourself. All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PUC Senior Send-Off Series. So first and foremost, welcome class of 2021. We're so excited to have you here today. It's, big countdown to graduation. We know there's all types of feels going on today, but we're so excited to have you. Today, we're going to talk all about support and helping you out and setting you up for success. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And before we dive right in, I know there are a few counselors who wanted to make an announcement. So now is the opportunity to do so. If there are any school and college counselors who need to make an announcement to the students, now is the time to do so.
Okay, for Triumph, what we're going to do for attendance is I'm going to post a Zoom link at the end of this in the chat. You guys are going to go to the Zoom link and we're going to take a quick attendance for advisory. And also, if you haven't done your FAFSA yet, please contact Ms. Wolk and I, and we'd be happy to help.
Any other school announcements?
Just the FAFSA, don't forget California Dream Actor FAFSA due on Tuesday.
Okay.
For Cal students, we have a workshop today, 2 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, love it. Thank you guys for the announcements. Any other counselors, any other announcements, throw in the chat and we'll give you a little bit more time at the end, of course. All right, so moving along. So today, students, what's today all about? The Senior Send-Off Series is, a big series. We're starting to help guide you through the end of this school year. But today in particular, we're going to be talking about meeting your senior support team. We're going to show you all of the school and college counselors, the dedicated team of people here to help you achieve success on your post-secondary pathway. We're going to introduce you to the PUC Alumni Network and talk a little bit more about the Senior Send-Off Series and other topics we're going to be going over. We're going to talk about strategies to beat senioritis. We're going to talk about resources for a successful transition from high school to post-secondary pathway. So we have a lot of good information we're going over today, but today is a little bit more broad. And the following weeks, we're going to talk about one particular topic. So I thought it would be great to meet your PUC Transition Success team. So what's really unique about today is we've invited all 5 PUC high schools to come watch this senior send-off series. So we also invited all of the school and college counselors. And we thought it would be fun because you're all seniors. We wanted to level the playing field and show our senior pictures from what we look like our senior year of high school. So here you have all of the counselors you know and love, but what they looked like in high school. So what we'll do is we'll go around, have everyone introduce themselves. We'll start with the name, your PUC school and title, where you graduated from high school and where you graduated for undergrad. So I'll start and then we'll throw it over to Nicole and then we'll start with Cal's and then I'll tell you what school goes next after that. So good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Villasenor. I work in the home office, and I'm the PUC Alumni Program Coordinator. I graduated from Elisa Niguel High School, and I went to undergrad at Sonoma State University. Okay, Nicole, you're next.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Nicole Murphy, and I'm the Director of School Counseling. I work with Miss Villasenor at the home office. I graduated from Patchogue Medford High School, in Long Island, New York, and I went to the University of South Carolina, the USC, I like to say. And I'm really excited to see all of you and proud that you've made it this far senior year. You said
Thanks,
Cal's
Nicole.
next, is that correct?
Cal's next.
All right.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Ramirez. I'm the school and college counselor at Cal's Early College High School. I went to San Fernando High School, class of 2006, Tigers. And I went to CSUN, class of 2011. So it's my 10-year anniversary from CSUN. So, So yeah, and I don't think Ms. Rodriguez is here, but Ms. Rodriguez, she's awesome too. I'm not sure which high school she went to though, but she went to UC Merced for undergrad.
Awesome. Thanks, Ms. Ramirez. Let's have CCECHS go next.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Reynoso. I actually graduated from the best Puck High School, Puck Community Charter Early College High School. And my undergrad, I graduated from UC Davis.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Flores. I'm from Community Charter. I graduated from San Fernando High School. I'm not going to say the year, and then I went to CSUN for my undergrad. I'm also not going to say the year. Okay.
All right, could we have ECALs go next?
Hi, good morning. My name is Ms. Perez. I am one of the school and college counselors at ECALS. I graduated from Abraham Lincoln High School in Lincoln Heights, Los Angeles, Northeast LA. And then I went to CSUN for my undergrad.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Santiago, the other half of the counseling department at ECALS. I graduated from Linwood High School in South LA in 2011, and I got my bachelor's degree from CSUN in 2016.
Thank you so much. Puck LCHS. Okay, let's just go to Puck TCHS first.
Hello, I'm Miss Sanchez. I graduated, I'm the school and college counselor at Chatham Charter High School. I graduated from Ernest Rigetti High School. It's in Santa Maria, so Central Coast. So it's like Central California, kind of, but on the coast. And then I graduated from UCLA for undergrad, but I also will not say the year.
Hi, good morning. I'm Miss Wolk. I'm the other school and college counselor at TCHS. I graduated from Granada Hills Charter High School, and then I went on to UC Santa Barbara for my bachelor's degree.
Thank you so much. And is LCHS here? Are they in the house? I know some of them are running a little late today.
I'm wondering, Ms. Villasenor, if they're on YouTube Live. Maybe they're unable to speak and I can connect on the back end. So I'll get that for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you so much, counselors and team members. It was so great seeing you all your senior year. And I love the hype we're seeing in the chat for your counselors. We love to see it. We're so excited to have you here today. So what's this series all about? We brought you all here. Why the heck did we do that? Well, for starters, we want to make sure that we're prepping you for all pathways. This Puck Senior Send-Off series is all about picking topics based on what past alumni has shared that they wish they knew before graduating so that they could have been more successful in their transition out of high school. So today is the introduction overview talking about, senior year, but the following topics in this series are going to be more dedicated to a particular item, and then we'll talk about that in the next slide. We also want you to know that we're all in this together. We brought all 5 Puck high schools to this presentation, all the counselors, all the students, and that's to let you know that you're not alone. School can feel really isolating right now if you're just home alone on your computer. That's high school. but there are over 400 other students also going through this journey right now. And so we want you to know that you're not alone in this. And then lastly, we're building partnerships. We're the partnerships to uplift communities. And so we're going to bring in fellow community partners for some of the other sessions who want to see you succeed and share this information with you that they felt was so important. So I mentioned I'm the PUC Alumni Program Coordinator. So I want to talk a little bit about the PUC Alumni Network. I think a big fear we have about graduating high school is that we're going to be all alone. But I'm here to let you know there's a huge network of alumni here to support you. So the PUC Alumni Network aims to track, celebrate, and support our alumni and provide our alumni with the resources they need to find success on all post-secondary pathways. So we know that not everyone wants to just go to college or, they want to go into the military. So we want to make sure you're set up for success no matter what you choose. So to do this, you have to register to be a part of the Alumni Network. It's a free resource open to all of our graduating PUC seniors. And we're going to register you in May during one of the senior send-off series. But once you register, what do you get? What are we offering? We're going to pair you up with a PUC liaison. So this is a PUC alumni who's been either in college for a couple years, and they're going to help you through your first year of school. Or you're going to get paired with a PUC staff member who's going to aid you through that first year out of high school, no matter what pathway you choose. So we're going to set you up. You're going to have a dedicated person you can talk to if you need some support. We also have helpful webinars. You can ask about career help, academic guidance. We're going to have engagement opportunities for alumni. Once we start going back in person to school and everything, we're going to invite alumni back for alumni panels, sharing your experiences, things like that. We also have social media. If you want to follow us on Instagram, our handle is right there. And we also have survey prizes. We like to know how you're doing, and we always want feedback for how PUC schools can improve and support our seniors. So we sent out a survey and we asked our students, how can we be better? What did you need once you graduated high school? And they shared that they needed more career readiness tools, they needed more financial literacy, building healthy relationships, and they needed more mental health support. So that's what we're going to give you all during the senior send-off series. In the next 4 presentations, we're going to talk about these topics because we want to make sure that you're set up for success and that you don't have to go through some of those same challenges our past alumni had. So that's the PUC Alumni Network. We're here to support you. Not just up until graduation, but beyond. Now, it's the countdown to graduation. I know, right? We have March, April, May, and then graduations in June. So it's a big time, right? You're leaving high school. And I think it can be hard. We have mixed feelings, right? Some of us are feeling stressed, some of us excited. It's been a really hard year. And I know there's some missed expectations about, what this year is going to feel like. And so we want to make sure that you know that we understand this. And so I thought it would be great if some of the counselors shared some of their challenges from their senior year. What was it like for them? Because, there's all types of experiences and feelings and things you could be going through right now. And so I thought it'd be great to learn from some seasoned professionals. They're professional students and now they're counselors. And so we're inviting them to come share. So right now we're going to jump into our senior year lessons learned. So thank you so much to all of our counselors and speakers who've offered their time and their story so our students can learn and grow from these experiences. We thank you so much. A little round of applause. And we're going to start off with Miss Wolk.
Hi again, I'm Miss Wolk from PUC TCHS, and my key lesson learned was that I had a future no matter what I was struggling with. As you know, senior year can be really stressful. I stressed myself out so much by trying to finish my senior year with straight A's, applying to colleges, and trying to be the image that the world wanted me to be. My stress led to so much anxiety. Did I put this expectation on myself, or was it societal pressure? I always knew I had to go to college. It wasn't up for discussion in my household. If I didn't, I would have been the only one without a bachelor's degree. I struggled my whole high school career with self-confidence, especially my senior year, because I was about to go off to college. Yet I felt like I needed my mom's help on every school assignment. Obviously not the tests or quizzes because she couldn't take them for me. But I'm about to be very vulnerable with you, but here goes. I actually had the police called on me. One evening, my mom would not help edit my psychology paper because I did not give her ample time, but also because she wanted to start weaning me off helping me, because when I went to college, she wanted me to be self-sufficient. However, I needed my mom. She would make sure that my papers were A quality by checking for grammatical errors and making sure everything made sense. When she told me she was not going to help me, I lost it. I went outside our house and screamed my heart out. I'm pretty sure the whole world heard me. In that instance, I felt like my life was over, and screaming gave me an emotional release. If I failed the paper, I'll fail the class. If I failed this paper, I was a failure. If I failed the class, then colleges would reject me. I had done everything right up until that moment. I had already been accepted into UC Santa Barbara, but if admissions saw that I failed my second semester class, I would have to let them know, and my conditional acceptance may have been taken away. Life felt over to me in that instance, but really, minus the fact that I disturbed the peace in my neighborhood, I had a bigger issue to deal with. The police lectured me for over an hour about how I needed to start acting my age, get control over my life, and take responsibility. They were completely right. Did I handle my situation correctly by screaming? No, I didn't, but I needed this wake-up call. I needed help from a professional. I started therapy. Some students think therapy is a sign of weakness or a chore, but during therapy, I truly learned about myself and how to cope with my anxiety. Because I talked to someone, I was able to finish out my senior year less anxious and to trust my abilities more. I didn't need to rely so much on my mom when I was strong enough to lean on myself. After the police left, I stayed up until 2 a.m. finishing my AP Psych paper. Funny thing is, I got an A on it. Not believing in yourself sucks. Trust me, I know, and perfection doesn't exist. It's taken me many years to find that out. Looking for perfection will drive you crazy. Expectations that are not a reality will drive you crazy too. But if you work hard and try your best to create the reality you want, I promise your future will come out the way you want it to. For me, I was so scared of not having a future, but I had one all along because I was a hard worker. And look at me now. I earned my master's degree and have been a school counselor for almost 6 years. We are all fighting a battle and have obstacles in our way, but with the right tools and dedication, you can triumph.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Wolk, for sharing your story. I hope you students, found the message in her story and talking about failure and struggling and how to overcome it. Next up, we have Ms. Flores from CCECHS.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Mrs. Flores. I'm from CCECHS. So my lesson learned with just overall senior year was just to get up and just do whatever you really wanted to do in terms of getting your questions answered. So I went to a big school like Miss Ramirez. We went to San Fernando High School, and back in the day, it was where things were in paper and there was no phones with internet, and I had to just had to do everything by standing in line. So in my senior year, I didn't really know much about, there wasn't a lot of promotion for colleges, and it was just basically if you saw the flyer, you signed up, or you went to go and speak to whoever you had to sign up. So what ended up happening is that I missed a lot of the deadlines, but also I knew that I wanted to participate in my senior year. I wanted to do something. So I signed up for the drill team and I made it, this is my picture. I couldn't find my senior portrait, but it was really hard for me to even make an appointment with my counselor. Mr. Ballard was basically in charge of almost 1,000 students on his caseload, just his alone. So it wasn't where I was going to get email reminders, text messages. It wasn't where he was going to call me out and talk about my future. It was just basically I needed to go and ask him, how do I do this? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do after high school? I know I want to go to college, but what am I supposed to do now that apparently I missed the CSU deadlines and the UC deadlines? And even though I graduated with honors, I was a great academic student. It was just, I was just unaware since I was a first generation student. My parents also, they had no clue. They've never went to college. And my older brothers, again, they didn't go that route. I didn't have cousins. It was really difficult to just kind of navigate. And I knew that despite having great teachers and counselors and office staff, it was going to be difficult for them to reach out to me individually when pretty much our class cohort was about maybe a little bit over 2,000 or close to 3,000 students. So it wasn't where I was going to get that one-on-one attention or that meeting to talk about that stuff. So I just needed to just ask. So I started just seeing where I can go to community colleges. I started just standing in line and waiting for a person, because it wasn't where it was an easy kind of transition to actually just email or call. I needed to get up and just, whether I felt like it or not, I needed to just go and stand in line to get my answer. And sometimes it would be where they would say, you know what? Come back in a week, fill out this paperwork, and you'll get your answer in a week. So that meant that it wasn't where I was going to come back and just quickly go to the window. It was where I needed to go back and stand in line again to get my request and to get my answer. So sometimes I know you guys are not going to feel like it. And I know Miss Amy Villaseñor talked about senioritis, and that's something that we're going to talk about later. But it does hit you. It's something where we all feel that we're kind of stuck sometimes, and you don't know really where to go, and you hear others that know exactly what they're going to do, and you see that they're going to apply here and go here and reach this, and they will. Some do, some don't, but you see that drive in them, and sometimes you feel where you just don't know. So it took a while, but I knew that I wanted to help others, but I just didn't, it took me the longer route in order to get my associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, and then my master's degree. But I, just like Miss Wolk, we never gave up, and it's just something that we have it where we want at the end to help others, just because we want them to struggle less, like we did. So we don't want them to go through that step. So when we kind of tell you we've been there, it is because we've actually been in your shoes, and it was a little bit tough, but we just have to continue to move forward. There's sometimes where you feel that you're the only person in that little circle of friends where everybody else kind of knows what to do. But don't be afraid to ask that silly question that you kind of feel that, oh man, I shouldn't ask that. I'm going to look dumb, or I'm going to look silly, or, oh, they already talked about it and I completely missed the concept of what, they were talking about. It's something that you just have to make your own path. You have to just ask, make connections. If, I tell my kiddos all the time, if you don't like one particular counselor when you end up going to college, hang up, be like, okay, thank you, hang up, and then call somebody else, because it's not where you're stuck with one person. So if you don't like the way this person treated you, just get to the next line and ask that other person. Don't let anybody kind of take that dream from you. And sometimes you don't want to do it. Sometimes you kind of just want to stay in bed and just don't feel motivated. But how are you going to get your questions answered? And you're the only person that can do it. I knew that my parents would have loved to help me, but unfortunately they couldn't even speak English. So I was their translator when we would have to go places. So it's something that it took me a long time. And this is, I love what I do now. I love just helping others. And if I don't have the answer, I'll say, you know what, this other person has the answer. And that's what I figured out, that by getting up and just asking, you may not get that answer from that particular person, but that person will guide you to somewhere else. So that's where you kind of start building those resources of like, oh, oh, you know what? Now I know where to go. So when students were asking me questions, or when new friends in college would ask me questions, I would be like, oh, I went through this. Oh, you got to go to this department. You got to go here. So it ended up just giving back basically to my community. But I also made new friends. I felt confident that now I knew the answer. So just keep it going, guys. It's something that we're still here, and I always promote Amy, and she's amazing. If you need her, especially after you graduate, she is amazing, 100%. And we're all still here individually as your own little high school counselors, but she is the one, the go-to person that your parents and yourself can go to, but more so you, since it's you're becoming that adult. So I wish you guys all the luck and best wishes, and sending positive vibes to everyone.
Thank you so much, Ms. Flores, for sharing that story. I think I was particularly moved by the amount of persistence that you had, pushing through, asking the right questions, and then sharing what you learned with others. I think that was wonderful. Thank you so much. So next we have Mr. Santiago, who's going to share his story.
For sure. Hey, good morning, everyone. So again, my name is Mr. Santiago. I'm from Bucky Cows, one of the counselors. And thanks so much, Ms. Flores and Ms. Woke, for your amazing stories. They really hit home, especially Ms. Flores, when you said that your school was like 2,000, your cohort. We were definitely up there too. We were up there, in terms of the thousands, where we're finding that support didn't come easy from the school. And, as a student in high school and in senior year, the way that I interpreted as was, well, no one wants to help me, right? Because no one was reaching out. And then as much as I asked my parents, like, hey, what should I do after high school? I'm completely clueless. Should I go to school? Should I start getting a job? And my dad, he had been working since 4th grade. My mom, she didn't finish high school. So to them, going to school after high school and working after high school, they kind of weighed them the same. Like they were equal. They were just like, mijo, as long as you're doing one or the other, it's fine with us. Pero si vas a trabajar, vas a pagar renta. If you go to school, well, then it's fine. You don't have to pay rent, but you got to go to school and you got to get good grades, right? And I kind of wanted to start my story off because when I was thinking about like what to talk to you guys about, this is a story that I told some of my students at ECALS, and I'm hoping maybe it resonates with some of you, but a particular story that I remember was senior year. It was already February. So kind of around, the time that you guys right now are kind of waiting for those acceptances, waiting for your universities to tell you if you're in or not, and how stressful that is. I remember I was taking a biology class, second semester of senior year, and the biology teacher kind of made an assignment, right? She said, all right, everyone's getting their acceptances. If you don't know who you're getting accepted to or not, it's fine. But what I want everyone to do is go up to the board and kind of write down the school that you hope to get in or the school that you will be going to. Write your name and write the school next to it. And I was really nervous because I hadn't heard back from any of the schools, and I had only applied to 3 schools. I didn't know about community college. I wasn't the best student, to be honest. I had some Fs, I had some Ds, couple C's here and there, maybe like a couple A's. And I wasn't sure. Like I was afraid that I wasn't going to get into any university. So I was hesitant in participating in this activity. So all my peers go up to the board. They're having fun, right? They're laughing, they're writing down their schools and stuff. And once everyone kind of starts to go back to their seats, I kind of muster up that courage and I go up to the teacher like, hey, I know it's a little bit late, but is it okay if I kind of jump up to the board and kind of write my name on the board? I have a school in mind. And she said, no, it's fine. You don't have to worry about this assignment. And mind you, by now, I had already had a couple teachers tell me that, like I wasn't good at school, or like I had a math teacher one time tell me like, hey, I'll give you a passing grade. Promise me that you never take math again. So that support was kind of like never there. I wasn't the best student. I acknowledge that now, but looking back, I realized like, wow, like I feel like I didn't have like some sort of like, adults around me kind of pushing me to go to college. My parents tried their best. They said either or, mijo, whichever it is that you choose. So as I'm, you know, as the days go by, I'm waiting in the mail, right, for your letter, because back then you would get the letters in the mail instead of an email. And I'm kind of waiting around, you know, and I get the first letter from my first university. Thank you for applying, but unfortunately you weren't chosen. Okay, great. Now to me in my brain, I'm kind of like confirming that idea that I suck at school, right? Second letter comes in, another denial. I'm broken at this point. I'm like, I knew it, like I am not a good student, right? And then that third letter comes in probably like a week later, and it's CSUN, and it's a big package. And I'm like, wow, what a way to tell me that I'm not in this big old package. And I open it, sure enough, congratulations, you know, Carlos Santiago, you're admitted into CSUN. And I was so excited. My mom was like, that's good, mijo. Now lava los trastes, you get me? So it's like, but I got in, you get me? She's like, that's good, but still, I need you to do your chores, right? I go to school, and the reputation of CSUN in 2011 was it was that school that kind of everyone got into. So it was like, great, you should have gotten into that school, right? It's a school that everyone gets into. And kind of like the moral of the story is, I was kind of like, no, I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity that was presented to me. You know, at the end of the day, you have to take advantage of every single opportunity, whether it's big or whether it's small. Because in senior year, there was a lot of my peers and a lot of my friends who were lying about the schools that they got into. And now looking back, I feel them. Like, I understand where they were coming from. It was a point in time where it's stressful because you see your friends kind of getting accepted into schools, and maybe you didn't get into that one other school, but maybe you got into a different one, right? That's your opportunity that now has presented itself in your senior year, and it's opportunity that is your opportunity to decide how you want to handle it. With that being said, you know, I definitely, you know, feel where you guys are coming from. I kind of wanted just to talk about like the anxiety that I was feeling, kind of feeling down on myself during senior year, especially in February. But once I made it to college and I got my degree, I got my bachelor's degree, I got my master's degree, I have a family now. And looking back, what I would tell, you know, 2011 Carlos is, hey man, take advantage of the opportunity. You know, like it was presented to you, and you just got to make the most of it. With that being said, I kind of just want to end my story. I hope I ended it on a positive note, not too much on a downer, but take advantage. You guys are going to get accepted into at least one school, at least one. And uh-oh, there goes my child. But yeah, thanks so much, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and definitely good luck on those acceptances. Just know that all your counselors are definitely know where you're coming from. But yeah, thanks everyone, appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Santiago. I think, you know, I got chills when you're talking about that story and feeling, you know, rejected and, you know, not feeling like your peers. I know a lot of us can relate to that sentiment. So thank you so much. So next up, we have Ms. Ramirez sharing her story.
Hi, everyone. Again, I'm Ms. Ramirez. I'm the school and college counselor at Puck Cal's Early College High School. Some of you know me from LCA. Whoop, whoop. So I, like I said, went to San Fernando High School and graduated in 2006. As you can tell in my little senior portrait here. So what I want to share is more than anything is your plans can change at any given, like, you know this really well. We are in a pandemic. You had to switch your senior plans, right? So you know more than anybody else. Plans can change, and how can you make the most of it? For those of you that know me, you know I'm very like bubbly and positive most of the time, right? And similarly to what Ms. Flores and Mr. Santiago have shared, like, I'm first generation, so I'm the first in my family that graduated high school, but also first in my family to go to college. I have older siblings who had a different journey, right? I have a brother who works in construction. My older sister has a graphic design certificate, and my younger sister is currently a special education teacher. But my journey was a little different. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know about college, actually. So luckily I had good grades enough that I was able to apply to college and everything. But like Ms. Flores said, I went to the same high school, same pretty large cohort as well. I don't know the numbers, but I know it's above the thousands in my graduating class. And we had actually a large dropout number. So that could only tell you, like, that's only the students that graduated. There's still students that dropped out, right? It's a big school. We had tracks. I was in all 3 tracks. So I had a counselor change every time. And like they've shared, like, I didn't really know anything about college. I knew we had a college counselor, and I knew I had an academic counselor. I never met with my college counselor. I would meet with my academic counselor only to schedule my classes. What really saved me, and I'm very grateful, but my older sister started dating her now husband, who was a recruiter who worked at UTSB. Some of you may know him. He now works at CSUN. He's a Jesus Flores, right? He would take me on college fairs with him to other high schools on weekends and stuff, and that's how I learned. But I didn't, and I understand now being a counselor, I know, like, even I have a caseload of 300, right? Like, and it's already challenging. Imagine like the counselors, like Miss Flores said, like 1,000 students. As counselors, we do the best we can, and I understand that. But that's one reason I went into school counseling, was because I needed to support students who may be in similar situations where I was. So help giving back to my community, like really helping the students achieve what they want to achieve. So with that being said, being first gen, my dad has a second grade education, and my mom 6th grade education, right? So they didn't know much about college. I remember when I was in high school and I was applying, my dad's like, well, why do you want to go? Like, why do you need to go there? You just need a job, you just need to make money. So like, yeah, but I learned about this, right? And they told me I could apply, so I'm gonna check it out. So I did do that. My dad worked in construction, like I said, and he retired my senior year of high school. So when I was in high school and I applied for FAFSA, he was still considered like making good enough money that I actually didn't get financial aid my first year. I only got let me start again. My dream school was Occidental or CSU Long Beach. I wanted to go to those 2 schools. I don't know why, but I really wanted to go there. One, Occidental, if you guys don't know, it's a private school. And Long Beach, I would have had to move to Long Beach, right? Because of this because my dad retired, and we're a family of 6 and living in a 1-bedroom apartment, right? So we're a united family, but we're also like, only my dad works, right? So I couldn't go to Occidental, I couldn't go to Long Beach or other schools. I had to go to CSUN. And at the moment, I remember like, oh, I really want to go to Long Beach, or I really want to go to Occidental. But because of financial aid, I had to go to CSUN because I only got, which was good, I got tuition paid for, and that's it. So I was gonna need money for if I wanted to, like, books or food and everything, right? Like, they only covered tuition. I think they sent me a check of like $200 each semester, which that's not even like 3 books, right? So I did choose CSUN, and at the beginning I was like, oh, I really didn't want to go here, but it actually was the best choice for me. I went there again for grad school, right? Even though I only lived 8 miles away from there, I still moved. I had one of my best friends at the time live at the dorm. So I was at the dorms my whole first year. I would go home only like to wash and things like that. And then the second year I moved to a home that was like a few blocks away from CSUN. So even though I was super close to school and my family, I still moved away. I wanted to get that college experience that you see in the movies, right? And then I made some mistakes too, that I had to move back home because I couldn't afford paying rent and stuff like that. So the good thing is that my family lived close enough to school that I was able to commute to school. So I did get the whole college experience that you would see on TV, minus the sororities or fraternities. I didn't join any of those, but CSUN was great. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm very like bubbly and I love making friends and I love talking to people. So I'm the same. I really broke out of my shell in college. I joined the LGBTA club. I was the VP for the photography club. I still, even though it's a big school, CSUN, I still talk to my professors from the time. I still get letters of recommendation if I need to, right? Like, the moral is, for me, like, even though I had to go to CSUN, right? Like, it's a great if that was like my heart choice, that was a great choice, right? Like I have more privilege than others may have been. But I did make the best of it. I love CSUN. I still promote CSUN. So if you guys are going to CSUN, I'm so excited. You're going to love it. I love CSUN. Everybody has their own journey. So whether you go to online school like my sister, or you go a different route, like you go into career, you want to work first, right? Like that's your journey so that you're good to go. I just wanted to share again that it was the best choice for me at the time. And I'm so thankful that because of financial reasons, I chose CSUN because it was actually the best school for me. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy. I think this is something a lot of us relate to, needing to change plans, even if it's not what we expected. So next up, we have Ricky, who's going to give a little brief overview of his story since we're coming close to time. So Ricky, you have the floor.
Yes, and just please note there's 3 minutes left, so we really need to stay to time. Thank you.
Okay. Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Mr. Ramirez, and I'd like to share my story with you. That picture right there on the left-hand side is me when I was in 10th grade. And when it was my last year in high school, I didn't have a plan. Just like the other counselors, I'm a first-generation college student. My parents didn't go to college, so it was kind of hard for them to help me. They supported me the best way they can, and they're just saying, "Go to school, try hard, and we're here to help you." But they didn't know what college looked like. They didn't know anything about applications. They didn't know anything about financial aid. So I was stuck. I was like, "What do I do?" I mean, I'm at the end of my high school journey, and I don't know what to do. And a lot of that had to do with not applying myself. There was many opportunities presented to me, but I didn't take advantage of that. And let me share my story. I was a high school athlete, so everything was given easy to me. I didn't have to work hard in school. Grades came easy because they gave them to me. And when it came time to go to college, I wasn't prepared. I was lost. I was confused. I was scared. And I want to let you guys know it's important if you guys don't know what you want to do after high school. It's okay. And we're all called to be different. Everyone's different. And just because your friends are getting accepted to 4-year institutions and you're not, that's okay. Just because you didn't apply to a 4-year institution and you're going to community college route, that's okay. And even if you decide to go to the working field, that's okay. We're just all called to be different. And I remember growing up, I always heard about college. Oh, when you're after high school, you got to go to college. You have to go to college. That's the American dream. You have to. And I wanted to make my parents proud, so that's why I went to college. But was it difficult for me? Absolutely. Did I fail? Absolutely. But one important thing is I never gave up, and that's in life. You're going to be thrown with obstacles and challenges all your life, but the important thing is to never give up and to keep pushing. And everything comes with a price, right? Everything good is going to take time. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take prioritizing what's important, right? Sometimes your friends are going to be going out and you have a research paper to turn in. It's important to prioritize that because at the end of the day, you're looking at the big picture, right? Whether it's getting your associate's degree or your bachelor's degree, whatever it is you want to accomplish, everything takes a price. So you have to know what's important at that time. Okay, what else? Again, it wasn't always easy for me, but there were some mentors that came in my life when I was older that influenced me to actually go to school and finish. Again, my biggest supporters were my mom and dad. Again, they couldn't help me in terms of academics, but they were there for support. I remember coming home and like, "Mom, I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing." She's like, "Yes, you can. You can do it. You came this far." I'm like, "All right, I can do it." But yeah. That's my story. Life's not always going to be easy again, but if you keep pushing and keep grinding, good things are going to come. Again, we're all called to be different, and I want to leave you guys with this. Even if you fall or fail in life, there's always a chance for you to become better. Most of the time, we're given a second chance and third chances, and that's called tomorrow. So maybe today we might have a bad day, we might be upset, we might be discouraged, we might be like, "I can't do this, I'm giving up." No, there's opportunity for a new beginning, and that's tomorrow. So keep pushing, keep grinding. I know it's going to be scared when you guys graduate and leave us. You're not always going to have the answers to your questions, and that's okay. You have us for support. You have Miss Amy for support. You have Miss Murphy for support, and we're here for you guys. Okay. we've been in your shoes. I remember being in your seat, scared, confused, and I just want you to know that you guys are going to get through this, and I wish you the best on your next journey in life, and we're always going to be here for you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ramirez. I think that was a beautiful message for us to end this presentation on. You know, I think everything does take a lot of work, no matter what. So thank you so much to all of our presenters for their bravery and their courage, sharing these vulnerable stories with you. It's really difficult. I think they really show, you know, we are grappling with a lot of emotions our senior year. You know, we're grappling with things that are really serious, but at the same time, there's so much excitement ahead. So, you know, it can be really difficult when you're struggling between these two emotions. And I think, you know, the words of wisdom from our counselors really, you know, make your future your own and make sure that you're self-advocating and you're seeking out support. Our counselors are here for you. Look how much they're going to be here for you. They're going to make sure that they're giving you dedicated financial aid review, transition meetings, timely reminders, and if you need them, ask for their help and they will provide it to you. So closing off, we're sending out a survey. Please complete it by noon today. And also be on the lookout. Your counselors are putting together an email that's going to have all of the senior transition supports that you need through graduation. And then, so you can be on the, keep an eye out for that, you know, maybe today or on Monday, but they'll be sending this information out to you. So next time we meet, we're talking about career readiness. So that's going to be on Friday, March 12th. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time today. Thank you, everyone on YouTube. And I just want to give everyone a round of applause. Thank you so much.
TCHS, hold up. I'm having trouble posting the link for our Zoom. Sorry about that, Miss Villasenor.
No worries.
My computer decided to freeze just when I had to do something.
That's what happens. So TCHS, if you could please hang on and stay here in the presentation, all the rest of you, go ahead and complete the feedback survey Nicole's provided. And, you know, go have lunch or go to the webinars that I know CALS is providing, a FAFSA financial aid webinar. So making sure that you're attending that if you need it. Yeah, and now's the chance to make sure you reach out to your counselors. They know it's a hard time right now.
And there's tons, I believe the counselors were talking, there are a bunch of online California DREAM Act and FAFSA webinars this weekend. So if you haven't done it, get it done. Best of luck, class of 2021 and Puck School and College counselors. Thank you for your continued hard work and sharing your heart and stories with the amazing, strong class of 2021.
Mm-hmm. So thank you to everyone watching on the live stream. We're going to go ahead and cut it off. And I think we can actually send you the feedback survey via the live stream, if that's all right, Nicole. So if you're on the live stream and you want to do the feedback, we need you to do the feedback survey. So we're going to go ahead and post it.
Mr. Frias is posting it for us. So
perfect.
Yes, and I believe the counselors, we've got it in the chat here. It was sent to the school counselors. Some are going out through email. So there's multiple opportunities. Make sure you get your voice heard.
Yeah, thank you.
And have your attendance count. That's important too.
Get your attendance counted.
Thank you, counselors, for your words and stories. They're really inspiring. I hope you guys have a really good weekend.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh. And Nicole, if you could go ahead and give the feedback survey link. I think it's actually the Zoom link we shared by accident. It happens. There's a lot of links going around. Thank you so much, Wade McDonald, for letting us know about the link problem. That's on us. That's our bad. All right. So here's the survey link, everybody. And oh, a lot of messages. Okay. Okay. Here's the link for the survey. Nicole threw it in the chat. I've thrown it in the chat for you all. All of you on live. Here is, yes, they've already shared the feedback survey link. So we're just going to share that again. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. So we're going to go